Long ago, in the kingdom of Lemuria, King Daisuke ruled with a heavy hand. He had mountains of gold in his treasury, vast armies and castles stretching across the land. Yet he was uneasy. His advisors often tricked him, his generals argued, and he feared that despite his riches, his kingdom would crumble. One day, while walking through the marketplace in disguise, King Daisuke overheard an old scholar teaching a group of children under the shade of a banyan tree. The man's clothes were simple, his purse nearly empty, yet his eyes shone with wisdom. The scholar said, "Gold can be stolen, armies can be defeated, but knowledge cannot be taken once it is learned. Knowledge is the truest wealth." The king stopped, startled. "What use is knowledge compared to gold?" he muttered. "Gold buys armies, castles, and loyalty." The scholar, overhearing, looked directly at him and replied calmly, "Majesty, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Gold will run out, knowledge multiplies. A wise king may lose treasure and still rebuild, but a foolish king with gold will lose both kingdom and crown." The words stung Daisuke, but he returned to his palace deep in thought. That night, he summoned his council. "From now on," he declared, "we will invest in knowledge, build schools in every village, train scribes, and preserve the wisdom of the past. Teach the children of peasants and nobles alike." The nobles grumbled, "Majesty, this is wasteful. Better to build more walls, forge more swords." But the king insisted. The schools were built, and slowly change swept the kingdom. Farmers learned better methods of planting and grew more food. Healers studied herbs and cured sickness that once wiped out villages. Scribes kept records that stopped cheating in the market. Even the army grew stronger, for soldiers trained with discipline learned from books of strategy. Years later, a rival kingdom invaded. Their army was larger, their weapons sharper, and their generals ruthless. At first, King Daisuke's nobles panicked. "We cannot match their numbers, we are doomed." But the king had prepared. His soldiers used clever tactics from ancient texts, building traps and ambushes. Engineers, trained in the schools, constructed hidden canals to flood enemy camps. Farmers, whose knowledge had improved yields, supplied the army with plenty of food. The invaders, though stronger in size, were defeated by the wisdom of Lemuria. After the victory, the people cheered their king. Yet King Daisuke stood humbly before them and said, "Do not praise me. It is knowledge that saved us. Treasure alone could not have done this. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest, for it has given us prosperity, health, and safety." From that day on, the kingdom of Lemuria became known not for its gold, but for its scholars, teachers, and libraries. Neighboring kings came not only to trade, but to learn. And King Daisuke, once restless, found peace knowing he had left behind a legacy far richer than gold, a kingdom built upon wisdom. The lesson. Benjamin Franklin's words, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest," ring true across ages. In the Old Kingdom, gold could buy soldiers, but only knowledge turned them into a force that could not be broken. Wealth fades, but wisdom compounds generation after generation. True prosperity is not found in coins, but in minds awakened.